Fuzzy. I'm just setting it up, buddy. Can't see. Forgot how to work this thing. Hello. I'm just trying to figure out my phone here. How come I can't see the chat? What's happening? How do you see the chat? I can see me. I can see some people commenting here, but how do I see the thing? I don't know what I'm doing. What happens if you turn it? No, it won't let you do anything. Okay. I can see the chat come in at the very bottom here, but usually it's like on a panel on the side. Oh well. There's got to be a way to do it. What do I know? This is on my iPhone. And I said, oh, I got a couple hours here. Let me see if I can jump on live using my phone. Yeah. Hello. Hi, Bev. Good to see you too. See, I can see the chat coming up. Like, oh, now it's gone. See, as soon as it pops in. Okay. Birmingham, Alabama. Wow. Hi, Gracie. Carol Smith. I see that beautiful kitty. That's this big guy. Oh, yeah, it's Valentine's Day. That's true. I said, oh, I can spend some time in the day here. I wish I could see the chat properly. Anyways, I'll get used to it. I'm just using my phone right now. Hello from Norway. Holy, Norway. You're still awake? What time is it in Norway? Here in Ontario, Canada. Actually, I can't see it now. My phone is on. I think it's maybe 2:30. Wingham, Ontario. I'm looking to touch base with you. Anytime, send me an email. If you want to talk on the phone, give me your phone number or I'll give you my phone number. Wingham. Where's Wingham? Wingham or Wingham? I don't recall that town. Fozzy's such a good boy. I'm sitting here for like, I don't know, 10 minutes setting up my phone, and you have to, you go through the motions of actually setting up the live stream. There's a bunch of settings and stuff. And he won't leave me alone the whole time. Look, he's standing on my arm now. He's so cool. He's so cool. He's such a lovey-dovey cat. I just finished my farm chores today because got to get some dinner with my darling later tonight. I told her, oh, I'll be home by 5. But I'll text her anyway when I'm coming home. It's not too cold here today in Ontario. Well, in our area of Ontario right now, it's like +1. So that's pretty nice. So how's everybody doing? Everybody's got cold temperatures, or somebody here was from Norway. How's your winter out in Norway? Paw Paw, Michigan. Michigan's not too far. You guys probably have the similar kind of weather to us, right? I'd be freezing. +1, you'd be freezing, eh? Yeah. Fort Worth. Okay. You're way down south. I've been to Texas. We drove through Texas one year coming from, where did we go? We went straight down to Florida, and then we went straight across to California through northern Texas. And I had no idea how windy it was in northern Texas. There was a point where you're driving and you can't see anything. It's like a big dust cloud. I remember it was quite scary because I had never experienced anything like that before. But yeah, ran into a few tumbleweeds. I always thought tumbleweeds were light and fluffy things. I didn't realize that they would actually gouge the paint on your car. The second pronunciation, Wingham. Okay, 2 hours south. See, the comment's gone now. How do I get the comments to stay? Watching you from Boston, England. So England has a Boston? Okay. Not Boston, Massachusetts, USA. Well, Bubbles is getting a drink of water right by my feet. We'll see how long my allergies will last with this big chonkers rubbing up all over me. Usually I can last, I don't know, 40 minutes, maybe 2 hours tops. And then, your breathing becomes labored because I do have asthma. I had asthma ever since I was a kid. It kind of went away through my adulthood, but since I've been exposed to other allergens, I guess, on the farm, like the cats, I'm always hugging the cats. So then it's kind of bringing back my asthma. I'm a Gen X kind of guy, and I like to think that I'm somewhat tech savvy. You know, I grew up at a time where my parents had 8-track tapes, and then that graduated to cassette tapes, and that graduated to CDs, and then of course MP3s. We don't even really use CDs anymore. Then computers came about in the 1990s, and home computers started to become a thing, and I was still, in my late teens. So I was easily adaptable. I feel like Gen X is one of the most adaptable generations because we've kind of experienced it all. But that all being said, it's like I don't really know anything about YouTube. I mean, I do now, but I didn't know anything about YouTube when I started the channel. I had never really used YouTube for anything, and I just have learned a lot more about YouTube since really pushing my own content on YouTube. Yeah, Fozzie is really beautiful, Jen. I don't even know what kind of a cat. Is he considered a calico cat? The tabby cats are the cats that have the stripes, like Maggie, Tango, Sushi, even Mango. He's a tabby cat too because he has orange colorings and then dark orange stripes. So I was always led to believe that all of those striped cats are tabby. But this kind of a cat that he's got blotches of paint, that's a calico cat, right? That's what I would consider anyways. I mean, not that I'm super educated on it. When did this start, Don? I just started like, I don't know, let me see, 10 minutes ago. I just got on. I didn't even announce anything. I'm just trying to figure out how to view the chat. I see everybody's comments, and I just don't know how to see the chat. Welcome to live chat. See, I got that already. Fozzie is the king of the clock crew. He's the boss. Actually, Sushi's like an underboss, you know? Sushi's like, she'll smack Fozzie, and Fozzie will smack her back. But if Sushi smacks one of the other cats, usually they just back off. So they're aware that she's kind of an underboss too, a capo. I was checking the daily news and the live process popped up. It's better the live than the news. The news is mostly all bad news, right? We just had this huge massacre shooting out in British Columbia in Canada, and it's like sending our country in the reels, like students at a school. It was just absolutely nuts. Too many people died, too many people injured for nothing, literally for nothing. Sad. So I'm sure you're seeing that all over the news too. Oh, the nose is starting up. What a wonderful surprise for Valentine's Day, right? Look, he wants to know what's in the bottle. It's just water. Oh, it's ice cold water too. The address of our farm is part of the Coldwater Township. So it's called Coldwater for a reason, because literally the water is so cold. We have one of the freshest waters across Canada right here on our farm. That's why we called it the Hidden Spring Farm, because there are 4 main aquifers right underneath our farm. If I was to dig down, I don't know how deep, but if I was to dig down, you would find one of those springs. So our well water is connected to one of those springs. It's a 100-year-old well, dug well, and it's so fresh and so cold. Yeah. Fozzie is an orange and white ginger tabby. The handsome boy would need black to be Calico. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Yeah, Roger Ramjet. Yeah. I remember Roger Ramjet from the reruns. I'm a little bit too young to watch the fresh episodes of Roger Ramjet. Fozzie, you're not tired, buddy. You're getting heavy. Yeah, I mean it's a 100-year-old farm. If you just think, whenever I say it's a 100-year-old farm, I'm just referring to the farmhouse. The farmhouse itself the main part was built in 1915, right at I guess that was right at the beginning of World War I. But I mean, the property has been here longer than that. Maybe the barns are older than that. Maybe they lived in some log house back in the day, right? Because they would have just homesteaded on the property at some point. And so I just refer to it as 100-year-old. We don't really, see much. Whoa, something just popped up. Mystic Gypsy. Oh, I can't do nothing there. Where did it go? Oh, wait a minute. I think I just figured something out. If I scroll here, I can scroll back to the comments. Okay, it's almost like it's glazed on the screen. Sorry for being such an idiot. Sorry, that was from Mystic Gypsy. 100 bones. Thank you for that. Mystic Gypsy. I've seen you around in the comments, eh? Mystic Gypsy. Loser. Yeah. I got to remember that, Don. Don Loser. Good afternoon, New Mexico. Pardon me. Whew. Poor old Fozzie here's getting me allergic. That's okay. I love the cats. I love the cats. This is exciting. Hi, Fozzie Bear. Who is that? Claudia Russo. Hello, Claudia. Thanks for joining us. Do you have anyone help out and take care of the animals if you get sick? Who said that? Michael. Um, Michael, I mean, that's a fair question. You know, homesteads and small farms, the answer is no. But my wife would feed the animals if I was like incapacitated. But I mean, I don't, if I get like a cold or the flu or something like that, I don't let that bother me. Life still goes on. But if I was to get seriously sick or hospitalized or something like that, I would probably call our neighbors, and they have a whole bunch of employees over there, and they'll pitch in for sure. Yeah. Maggie, Bubbles, and I guess that's Tango. They're in those little three cubbies. Oh, Scotland. Hello, Scotland. My wife wants to visit Scotland so bad. She wants to visit Ireland and Scotland. We've been to London many years ago, just London though. We didn't go anywhere else in the UK. But the UK, there's a lot to see. There's a lot of history there, and I love history trips because I love all the castles and the, I don't know, I just love all that kind of old history stuff. Europe is full of that old history. You have such a plentiful garden. Oh, I lost that. Wait, Fuzzy. Wait. You have such a plentiful garden. Does your wife have any garden tips? What do you put in the soil? Well, because that's a good question, Cheryl. We started the garden a few years ago, and we added all fresh soil, like we bought soil. And what we've been doing the past couple of years is adding some rabbit manure, and we've been making our own compost, although it's not enough. So we've ended up buying just some bags of soil from the Home Depot or something like that. I don't even have like a comment if it's great or not good or what, but so we haven't perfected our system yet of continually adding amendments to the soil. We're still working on that. But she has this recipe where she's putting all the banana peels in water and just letting it sit. And I showed that in a video before. We'll probably talk about it again. She likes that recipe. And last year we were getting some mosquitoes. And oh, there's Chunk. Look, there's Chunk down there. He's watching me. Annie Brown, how are ya? Oh, I lost it again. Thanks, Annie. Yeah, so we'll probably talk about that this year again. I told my wife I'll make her some lids, like with some screen, so that the mosquitoes can't lay their eggs in the stagnant water of the fertilizer. But this banana stuff just kind of ferments, I guess. And then, whoa, Chunk's playing with a ball. Anyway, so she does do that, and that's kind of an ongoing thing. I guess she learned that from back home in the Philippines because they have a lot of bananas in the Philippines. The Philippines is like a tropical country, so they're a big producer of pineapples and mangoes and bananas and oh, geez, Louise. This is an allergy live. Fozzie's getting his Valentine's Day cuddles. Exactly. It's like he's addicted. I'm addicted too. I wish I wasn't allergic though, but I fed the cats already, so Sushi's down there getting some food. I don't know where Dexter is. Dexter! Maybe he's out in the catio. It's a little bit warmer and he's not hanging around inside. I'm with Mango. Antihistamines? Yeah, I mean, I don't find that they work too well on me, those antihistamines. I could pop like a lot of Reactine and it doesn't take away your allergy feelings. It does make me drowsy if I think if I take 2, I'm okay because I'm such a big dude. But if I take 3, reactings, then it's like it puts me to sleep. But I don't know. I don't like using those things because if I was to start using antihistamines, I'd be using it all the time. John, don't you knock over my computer, okay? Here. Here. Here, John. Here. You're crazy. Whoa, there goes Mango. He just came full speed and he jumped up on the roof there. I think Dexter was chasing him. How about if I turn this around, like maybe you can see more of behind me what's going on. Sorry if that just jumped the camera a bit. I'm using the 5G network right now. So what's everybody up to on Valentine's? You guys doing all the normal stuff that you do on Valentine's? Your honey's taking you out for dinner or making a nice chicken parmesan at home? You can take the hair off your jacket with some clear. Yeah, I've used packing tape before. My first live, I want to say hi to Chunk. Hold on, Fozzie's on my legs again. Chunk. I gotcha, big guy. Here's Chunk. Chunk don't like to be held, so I'm holding him. He's so smooth, though. If you understood how silky smooth his hair is, we have to say Chunk when I'm calling Chunk. Look, Fozzie still wants in there, even though I'm hugging Chunk. Oh. Here's Chunk. Say hi to the world there, Chunk. Oh, okay. Whew. Look at my sweater. Oh, man. He does like to give love bites. I don't know where Dexter is. Dexter? Can you guys see the 3 cats in there? That's Tango on the end, Bubbles, and Maggie right there. Is Big Red still alive? Yeah, he's still alive. He's doing great. He's crowing and crowing. I gave him that heat lamp to try to get him through the really cold periods. But, I mean, he was walking around today. He was actually blocking the door. I was trying to get in there to give them some food, and he was blocking the door. So he's surviving, you know. He's doing the best he can. Fozzie is just a purring love bug. He is. Oh, Lord, he's coming. Fozzie, you want up here, buddy? I know you do. He's got his 2 feet on my legs, digging his claws in, trying to get enough courage to make the jump. Can you try to pick up Bubbles? She won't let me. She'll just run away. She's acting, you know, skittish all the time. Could you have Remy? Oh, I lost it. My late husband and I didn't celebrate Valentine's Day. We celebrated each other every day. You know what, Heather? That is kind of what me and my wife do. We've been together. This year is going to be our 31 years. So we dated for a couple years before we got married. So really, we've been together over 30 years. It's like it's difficult to surprise each other. you know, we talk about all major expenditures, and I don't know, we haven't really gone to a lot of restaurants since the COVID pandemic. Remember, if you wanted to go to a restaurant, you had to show your vaccine status and all these things. But basically, I don't know, the pandemic happened and then we just kind of didn't go anywhere. Happy St. Valentine's Day. Celebrating 50 years. Oh, Bev is celebrating 50 years. Happy anniversary, Bev. I mean, that's something. Don, I do not see the cat. Yeah, the cats do play with it, but I don't leave it out for them, Don. It's, I filmed a little piece of that, I don't even know what you call it. It's like a little ball that kind of tweets little sounds and then it moves around inside a little bag. I think I have it in here in the cabinet. I didn't leave it out for them because on the day that I was filming that, so I did get some clips. That'll be in an upcoming video. But on the day that I was filming that, I'm filming it, everything's fine. Chunk and Tango were playing with it. And then Tango bit the bag and she started to take it out to the catio. Like she wanted to take it away. And I said to myself, oh man, if I just leave this in here with the cats, it's probably going to get destroyed. Because these are barn cats. They destroy things. Fozzie, you're okay. You're okay. And I just haven't put that other thing that you sent, Don, into use yet either. But I like to showcase those things in videos too, because obviously I appreciate whoever's sending us stuff. So I'm trying to, you know, show my appreciation. Wow, Heather's parents just celebrated their 65th. Who's that? No data. Do you have children? We don't have any kids. Kids weren't in the cards for us. That's all I'll say about that. Because that's a personal endeavor. My husband now sounds like you when he calls our cats. Yeah? Chuck! I love your channel and thank you. Well, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I always enjoy to meet people from all around the world. It's pretty cool. And it's not something that you really anticipate when you start a YouTube channel. It's like, oh, yeah, okay, that video's doing okay. And then before you know it, you have a bunch of videos doing okay. And you're meeting lots of people in the YouTube world, like from all around the world. Oh, somebody, who's that, Lilibet? Can you have Remy on with you? Nah, I could. I mean, she pops in when I do a live at home. She's got her errand day today. And I told her I'll be home at 5, so she should be home at 5, and we got some reservation booked for a nice place here in Barrie. But she did pop on. She's not here on the farm with me right now. My darling wife, Remy, is a lot more shy than I am. I'm the guy who you can't shut up. You know what I mean? Like I just keep talking and talking and talking. My wife is not a talkative like chatterbox like me. She'll pop on and say hi guys, and that's probably it. She has no desire to make videos by herself. She'll jump on my videos and we'll do the gardening thing and stuff like that, but I don't think she's gonna be like making videos herself, you know. Oh man, sometimes the chat goes by so fast I can't even see it. Look, he's biting me. He's biting me. Oh, there's Sushi. Sushi, you okay? Here. You okay, Sushi? Stay there. That way you can be on TV. The whole world can see you, right? Yeah, I can put the chat on delay, but I, I don't know. I just did this on my phone, and now I'm like, I can't put it on delay right now because I'm in the live. I don't want to shut it down and then start it all over again. But I didn't see any settings on the phone because this is considered a mobile live versus like when I was doing the other lives at home, that was like in my office on the desktop computer, and there's a whole bunch more settings. Oh, Raquel's asking if I have a favorite animal. I mean, if I was to narrow it down, I mean, how could I not think Olive is my favorite? Olive is with me all the time. She comes home with me to our house, and I don't know. It's hard to pick a favorite though. I'm partial to the dogs and the cats. Look at him jamming his head into my arm. Where did Sushi go? Oh, she went up top now. He is cuddly. If so, basically, you can see how he is, right? He's jamming his head now under because he's trying to figure out, okay, how can I lie on this guy's lap? But I'm kind of like holding him too. If I had the space and money in the world, what animal would you have on the farm? I mean, honestly, I think I would have like all the animals. Yeah, I think it would be cool to have, some mini horses, some mini donkeys, that kind of thing. You have to understand too is that I grew up in Toronto. Toronto's the big city here in Ontario. And I grew up there. And when my wife and I, see, he's biting me. When my wife and I bought our first house, it was in the beaches area of Toronto. And then we sold that and we moved out to Scarborough. And then we sold that and we moved out to Whitby, which is just outside of Toronto. So I still considered myself a Toronto kid, like. Look at Fozzie's cute face. Yeah, he is a lovable guy, you know? And he almost has, do you have a tablet or an iPad? This is going right now, Don, on my iPhone. I just got a new iPhone. When was it? Oh, that was like last fall. Because the problem I was having with my old iPhone, which was an iPhone 14, is that I think it had 164 gigabytes of space, like memory. So my phone was always full. Like I could film a couple videos, and I do use my iPhone to film footage here and there. And then, so my phone would just be full. I would constantly be deleting clips because, the audio clips take a lot of space. I've been doing YouTube now for 5 years, and I have 7 hard drives, like external hard drives, like big. My biggest hard drive is 8 terabyte. My smallest is 1 terabyte. So a terabyte is like 1,000 gigabytes. So video files they're so huge. So I got a new iPhone because my iPhone was a little bit outdated already. And I got the model that has 500 gigabytes. So it's a little bit more expensive, but I can record dozens of videos now and I don't run out of space memory in the phone. That's pretty good. 194 people in here right now. I didn't even tell anybody that I'm going to do a live. I just popped on. And then you guys probably see the notification pop up and then you pop on, right? That's cool. Yeah, Fozzie would be a good house cat because he's somewhat lazy. He'd just be lying around on your couch or whatever. My problem is that I'm severely allergic. Somebody says, "Have you thought about trying the new Meta glasses?" I don't know. No, I haven't thought about it. I just figured that technology hasn't been perfected yet, so I didn't want to get in on something like that before it's really a good technology. Maybe it is a good technology, but let me tell you something too about being a creator. So I'll give you an example. If I'm filming today on my Sony camera and I'm doing some footage and I'm talking to the camera, every time you record, it saves it as a clip. And it'll have like, I don't know, CP478.jpg. That'll be the clip. Or maybe it's not JPEG, maybe it's MP4. Anyways, that'll be the name of the file. Then if I film something on the iPhone, it'll be like, I don't know, img9407.mov. That'll be the file name. So when you're uploading all of those files into the computer and then into the editing software, they're not in chronological order because they're on two different gadgets because they don't have the same file name. So all that does is kind of increase your editing time because you're sitting there trying to find what file comes next during your day of filming. So if I was to get the Meta glasses and use that also, that would be another file name. And I think that just doesn't make my editing efficient. What? Well, I didn't do anything. Why are you yelling at me? He's not fat, he's just fluffy. Yeah, who's that? Gold over silver. Once in a while, Fozzie will bite me. See what he's doing? Why is he doing that? It's like he wants to hug on his own terms. He doesn't want me to hold him in. You're bouncing all over the place, though, bud. Oh. He is getting overstimulated. Yeah, I mean, it could be. Is that Dr. Karen? Could be. I mean, he's the one who came to me, though. What am I going to do about it? I can just put him down, I guess. Being a creator isn't easy behind the scenes. Yeah, I mean, it's just stuff that you just have to learn. Like I said earlier, I didn't know anything about YouTube. I had a camera. I had a really, really expensive Nikon camera for taking photographs. I think it's a 750, D750. And it was like a couple $1,000s when I bought it. And I don't use that for making the videos at all because it's not a camera for making videos. It's a camera for taking crisp photographs. I have one of those, those telephoto lenses and stuff. So, I mean, it is what it is. So then I bought a Sony, what is my camera? Sony ZV-E10. That's the camera that I use, and it's $1,000, which is not really that expensive. A lot of the bigger guys, the guys who make more money, they spend more money on their gear. Their cameras are like $4,000 or $5,000. I don't even feel like I need that anyway. I feel like the quality, like the picture of my videos is pretty good the way I'm doing it. Maybe I can just tweak the way I edit and continue with my creativity. But yeah, I don't think I would want a $5,000 camera as I'm filming because believe it or not, there's been a couple times that Olive has knocked over my camera and then the camera falls over. And I mean, what if it's $5,000 and just like that, Olive break my camera? So I don't think I need it anyways. I think my quality is reasonably well considering I'm using an iPhone, I'm using a GoPro 10, and I'm using my Sony, what is it? Sony ZV-E10. And I have a 10 to 18 lens on, which allows me kind of to hold the camera like this, and it can still crop my body. If you don't have that kind of a wide angle lens, then you will never be able to hold the camera. You'll have to set the camera up and stand back and talk into the camera. So I've done both. Yeah. Anyways, sorry if I don't see everybody's comment. I do see some comments. But Fozzie is like, can you imagine? I lost him in the woods. When we first got him, we got Fozzie from a farm about, I don't know, 2 hours from here. I was looking in the ads, looking for free cats. And there was an ad of a guy giving away kittens. And he gave us 4 kittens. Those are Maggie, Dexter, Chunk, and there was another cat named Lovely. She was very lovely, actually. My wife named her Lovely. And then the guy asked me, would you take this cat? He said he is being bullied by all the other cats. Now, mind you, this farm had maybe 100 cats. So it was just kind of a little bit out of control. He needed to just get rid of some cats. So I took him in. His name was Brother Osmandia. I ended up changing his name to Fozzie. So the guy was calling him Brazzy, which is short for Brother Osmandia. And Fozzie is such a cool cat though, right? He behaves like this. Even on day 1, when you meet him, he behaves like this. So I let him out. I let him out on our farm, and he was walking around with me and stuff like that. And then when it was time to put him back in, I couldn't get him back in. Like, I was like 5 hours trying to get him. He was up in the forest. I was calling my wife, freaking out that I lost this cat. He's gonna die. He's gonna get taken by predators. What am I gonna do? It's all my fault. And then, I mean, it is what it is. I got him after 3 days of being in the woods. And I caught him with a live trap because he was starving hungry, I guess. I put food in the trap. And the rest is history. Since then, I locked him up. I think it was 6 weeks, maybe it was 2 months. I locked him up so that he learns that this farm is his home, because that's how you train new cats. You have to lock them up in the place where you want them to call home. And then now he's Fozzie, you know what I mean? He's one of the stars of the farm. He's one of the stars of the YouTube channel, and he's like a great friend. He follows my wife around in the garden. He follows me around. He's always there when I'm working on projects. And he gets along okay with Olive too, because that's another thing, right? Like Olive is very good with Maggie. You'll see in the videos, I always film Maggie rubbing her body in Olive. None of the other cats will do that. Tango, Mango, Chunk, Dexter. If Olive gets too close, they'll smack Olive in the face. They don't get along with Olive at all. And that's not Olive's fault. That's the cat's fault. Olive is very sweet. Olive could just be standing there. And if, you know what I mean, Tango get too close, boom, smack. That's the life of cats and dogs, I guess. Right, Fozzie? All the cats are getting sick and tired of staying inside. Yeah, his original name is weird. Brother Osmandia. Yeah, so I changed him to, because the guy was calling him Brazzy, and I changed it to Fozzie. And he didn't miss a beat. You know what I mean? He basically, whenever I call Fozzie, he comes now. He just knows that's his name because it kind of sounds like Brazzy, which was strategic on my part. So Fozzie is named after Fozzie Bear on The Muppet Show. And I grew up with the Muppet Show in the, late 70s, early 80s. That was my show. And Fozzie he's like a bear character, and he's the guy that always says, "Waka waka." That's Fozzie. So that's him. Right, buddy? But I know sometimes this guy gets overstimulated. Somebody mentioned that in the comments. He does get overstimulated and he drools. Like he could just be sitting there and he's gonna wipe his mouth and it's all drooly, like wet. Right, buddy? Wow, 221 people in here now. Chad, always check the cat's throats. Popeye develops cysts. Oh, I lost it. Popeye always develops cysts on her throat where I never pet her. Yeah, I'm always running my fingers through the collar too, because especially in the fall, they start gaining weight. And I always want to make sure that their collars aren't too tight. I can always fit my fingers underneath. Saying hi from Iceland. Wow, Iceland. We had somebody from Norway in here, now Iceland. That's so cool. Somebody was saying something. Whoops. Oh, you guys are only seeing my thumb on the screen. Is that what normal streamers do? They have their thumb because they're scrolling and scrolling? Somebody named Made Ya Look said, "How did you meet your wife?" We met at work, believe it or not. We met, when was it? Early 90s. We met at work. I won't tell you where I was working, what company it was, but we met at work. And I had the hots for her, and I started following her around and scheduling my breaks whenever I saw it was her break schedule. And then I just, you asked her out and she said, "Oh, okay." And then that was it. We started dating and we became a thing, and the rest is history. It's 30 plus years later. Chunk, you okay, bud? Chunk's playing with a little ball, but the ball, they dunked it in the water, and then now it's like a cotton ball, but they dunked it in the water, but now the ball is kind of frozen. Oh, brother. Yeah, it is awesome, it is awesome because she's like my soulmate and I'm her soulmate. And it's interesting too because she's from the other side of the world. I mean, she was already in Canada. She came to Canada in the late 80s. We didn't meet until the early 90s. But we're so much alike. Her and me, her and I, we're so much alike. We have the same likes, we have the same dislikes, and she's enjoying the farm life. I'm enjoying the farm life. I mean, purchasing the farm is one of the best things we've ever done so far. I see you, buddy. What happens if I stop? There, he stopped. Maybe he's being less stimulated now. He's a handsome fella, though. But I also noticed that sometimes he has this black, it's like his lips become black underneath. I don't know. He's old too, right? Like I think he is, when we got him, which was several years ago now, the guy said he's 5 years old. So I don't even know if I can believe that, right? Like I really don't know. There's no way to know 100% how old he is. It's just his pigmentation. Yeah, you're probably right. Or maybe he just got like a chunk of food stuck there or something. Who knows? Lalia says, I never thought I'd get married, but it happened later in life. Well, that's just how it happens sometimes. Important is that you find your soulmate. Where's Don? Is Don still in here? Yeah, you know, when you start dating and then you fall in love with each other, that kind of thing. It's like, how can you explain? You just have like a pet name. Sometimes you say honey or sweetie, or there's all everybody has different names for their loved one. She calls me sweetheart. She has, oh, there's Don. Yeah, Don, what town are you from again? Is it like Windsor you were saying? Or close to Windsor? But yeah, so I just call her my darling, you know? So I've never called her by her name in like decades now. I I find it even, oh, Windsor, okay. I find it awkward even to if I was to call her by her name. Her full name is Remedios, which is like a Spanish name. But you have to understand, for people who don't know, the Philippines as a country was colonized by the Spaniards back in like the 1600s. The Spaniards ran the Philippines as their own colony for like 200 years or something. So when you travel to the Philippines, it looks like Mexico. You know what I mean? It looks like Spain, the way it's set up, the way the town entrances are done, and they're so Catholic over there. There's 600-year-old churches everywhere in the Philippines. There's a lot of, you know, history in the Philippines. It's one of the few full-on Roman Catholic countries down in Southeast Asia. Hello from Florida. How is the rat situation? Well, the rat situation is like ongoing. I don't really have any new things to report. It's an ongoing thing. I haven't seen any rats. I haven't seen evidence of rats. But I mean, where did they go? Maybe my watering technique has been working. I haven't done that in a while though. It's been so cold. But I don't know. They haven't. I don't. I don't believe that they're gone. Put it that way. I'm sure I'll see some, you know, evidence of the rats when the spring hits. Mexico defended the Philippines. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it because Mexico was colonized by Spain also, right? So there was all like Mexico and Spain and Philippines. It's like they had all the corners of the globe. You know, back in those years, there was like, empires, right? Like, there's the Brits and the Spaniards and the French. I mean, you figure most countries around the world were colonized by Brits or French or Spanish, right? Like more recent colonizations. I mean, of course, we had like the Ottoman Empire and the Roman Empire and that kind of stuff. All the dynasties in China and that whole region there. Vancouver, you're sunny in Vancouver, eh? Is he? That's so nice. I wish we had some sun. It's not sunny today at all. It's not really that cold, but it's nice to see the sun. You need some minks. Yeah, people have mentioned that, but I don't want minks though. I don't want a ferret. I don't. What would I do with a ferret afterwards? Let's say they got rid of the rat. Do they just hunt the rats by themselves? I don't know if I want another little thing to take care of. Lalia was just saying if we have our little bird, and the answer is no. He passed away, when was it? Last year? He was like 20 years old though, 18 or 20 years old. But he was a Senegal parrot. His name was Pooper. because he pooped basically every 20 minutes. And he used to talk a little bit. We taught him some words, like he would say, "Hey, Remy, hey, Remy, hey, Remy." So that was kind of funny. But he also screamed Remy's name, like in a bird screech, like Remy. He used to say it like that. So you couldn't sleep in with Pooper around because he would just wake you up in the morning. He always wanted his breakfast. But yeah, he passed away sadly. I mean, he was old already. Birds, I mean, parrots can live a good number of years. This parrot, the average life expectancy is 18 to 28 years, something like that. But there are some parrots who live 100 years. Parrots are too loud. They are loud. This was just a little small Senegal parrot. Like he had a gray head and kind of like a yellow breast and then green all over. He's a very beautiful parrot. But he was a sexist parrot. He didn't get along with women at all. So if Remy would play with him, he'd bite her. Remy couldn't pick him up or nothing, whereas I could pick her up. If we had friends over or my father or something like that, even all the other guys, all the guy friends, they can play with him and pick him up, and he would climb up on your hands and stuff. But any of the girls, he would just bite them. Must have been like a hormonal thing, or maybe he just knew that they were girls. So we always made jokes saying he's like a sexist parrot. Gotta fix dinner for my love. Bev, you gotta fix dinner now? What time is it where you are? Isn't it too early for dinner? Izzy, I actually buy chicken wings. It's so nice. Some of you guys have conversations too, because it's like a community, right? We eat early. Okay, that's okay. No, no harm in that. We generally eat early too. I don't like putting anything in my stomach after 7 p.m., which sometimes when I'm editing late at night, I do get hungry. And I'm like, I don't want to eat and then sleep because then all that food is kind of in your gut. I love your guys' farm. So cute. Thanks. Do you plan on doing memberships so we can support your channel regularly? I don't think I want to do memberships, Mystic Gypsy. It's I don't know. First of all, I feel like if I was to do memberships, what do you get out of it for being a member? I don't know. I guess I think I would just feel like I need to provide something for you to be a member. I know that I'm providing content, but I don't know. I'm not sold. I'm not saying that I'll never ever do it ever, but I'm not gonna be doing it now. Anyways, if that makes sense. But I've seen other channels, they have members, and it might be $2, $3, $4 to be a member, and they might they might give early access to a video, something like that, or maybe they'll do a live stream like what I'm doing right now, but it's only for members. So they do stuff like that. But really, if you want to support the channel, the truth is you can support at any time because on any video, you can just do the super thanks. There is a super thanks feature on any video. In the live streams, like what we got now, I think they call it super chat. So there's been a few super chats coming in today, right now. But in any video, you could contribute with a super thanks. We do have all the merchandise too, which is you guys would buy, like, and then that supports. I know a lot of YouTube channels are doing that. I feel like whatever designs I have right now, they just need to be updated. I need to find some time to kind of sit down and, I don't know, update, have some new designs. Because I'll tell you what happens, speaking from a first time creator and a first time merchandise creator. I did it last year, okay? And I created all these designs, and you have to do the upload, you have to create an account. It's a lot of work behind the scenes doing all those designs. You have to get approval from the company. There's only a few companies that work with YouTube, so you have to kind of pick one. I picked Fourth Wall, that's the company. And what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. But anyways, it was my first time doing it. And when we finally went live with the merchandise, a lot of people bought merchandise. A lot of you people bought merchandise, and a bunch of money came in. But it's not like it's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. It was like less than $1,000 by the time you add it all up. Because if we sell a t-shirt for, let's say, $30, I don't even know how much they are. I think they're $34, $32 or something, which is a bit expensive for a t-shirt. But you have to understand, they're printing it, right? And then, so they're printing it on a demand. But anyways, so we made a bunch of money when we first released the merchandise. And then on an ongoing basis after that, you don't really make a lot of money from it. People are not, like somebody who bought a t-shirt today, they're not buying another t-shirt next week and another t-shirt next month and another t-shirt next month. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you need a new design in order. So I find I've seen a bunch of the other creators, they basically do a new design like every 6 months to a year, where they'll kind of relaunch the merchandise. And I actually have like a lot of designs, right? There's a Fozzy shirt, there's a Dexter shirt, there's a Molly shirt. So that's 3. There's a shirt with a tractor on it. So if you're just talking t-shirts, there's 4 different designs, which is way more than any creator has. Most of the farm channels, they have 1 or 2 designs and that's it. Because it costs you a lot of money to even create the design. I created all those designs by myself on my computer. Tango, you okay? Tango's up there watching me like a hawk. Look, she's up there. Tango! Tango! She's not looking. Tango! Oh, the cats, they're so funny. I think whenever I move the camera when I'm on a live stream on my phone, it kind of jostles. You guys might see it not looking good. Sorry about that. Can we see Dexter? I don't know where he is. Dexter! Dexter! He's not coming. So wherever he is, Tango's there, Sushi's there, Maggie's there, Bubbles. I don't know where Chunk is. They might be out in the catio. I'll see if I can get him before we finish off. I can't stay on here too long too, because I got to get home. Got to get ready for us to go out for some nice dinner. Yeah, Don, he's a good cat, Fozzie. Somebody just asked a question about the farm. Made you look. Did you have to take loans out to get the farm? That's a good question, I guess. I mean, when we bought the property, we took a mortgage and we're still paying off the mortgage. It's not paid yet. So that's why really we haven't built our house here on the farm yet, because I don't want to take on more debt. You know what I mean? We're paying off the mortgage as it is. And I mean, this property is pretty close to two decent sized cities. We're close to Barrie and we're close to Aurelia. So obviously, I'm not going to tell you how much the property is, but it wasn't cheap. We're not talking like 60, $80,000. It's like big money because this property is so close to the city. And I'm okay with that. Like that was our decision to do that because I don't want to live way out in the middle of nowhere. You know what I mean? I want to be close to a hospital. I want to be close to an airport. So if I want to go for dinner, I don't want to have to travel 4 hours to go to find a place to eat dinner. You know what I mean? And that's just our choice. We're financially okay to make that choice. But once we get this mortgage even further paid down and the housing market gets a little bit better, right now the housing market is in the toilet. And people aren't buying houses in Ontario, Canada at all. I mean, probably across Canada. So once the market gets a little bit better, if we sell our house that we just live like 20 minutes down the road, if we sell that house, then we're going to get a bunch of money and we'll figure out what it is we're going to be doing. Houses are so expensive in the UK. Yeah, I mean, you can't avoid it. I mean, the house that we bought was a little bit expensive, but it's like if we sell that house, we're going to sell it for expensive too, So I think the best thing for you to do was to buy low, sell high, and then buy low also. But I mean, it's life now. I mean, there's nothing you can do. Do you use flea and tick prevention? We do for Olive. I don't do it regularly for the cats. I only do it if I notice that there's a problem with the cats. And the cats have this technique of rolling around on the ground, and I really think that helps keep the fleas and ticks off of the cats because they're always rolling around on the ground. Inside this cat house, there's no fleas and ticks. But Olive, it's a little square kind of a medicated candy. It's called NexGard, and it's for fleas and ticks. So she's on that regularly just because she's running around the grass like too much. I mean, the cats are a lot less. So I don't want to have problems with Olive. Are you retired? Somebody's asking me if I'm retired. I'm definitely not retired. I work for a living. And I know everybody wants to know what I do for a living, but you guys don't need to know what I do for a living. You don't need to know what company I work for. There's a whole lot of stories on YouTube of creators getting stalked by trolls, like bad people on the internet are going to send their employers nonsense, and they cause trouble. It's so much better for me just to keep my personal life personal and my YouTube farm life that's on the YouTube channel. And I mean, take that for what it is. It's just me trying to do my best to make a boundary. Like somebody asking, how did you meet your wife? It's okay for me to tell you I met her at work because you can't do anything with that information. And I'm not saying you guys would do anything with that information. I'm just saying somebody who I've made upset somehow can do something if they choose. Like there's farm creators that have their viewers calling the sheriff to go to their property because their dog is left outside. Have you heard about stories like this? And even though it's like an outdoor an outdoor dog. But some viewers take it upon themselves to just do nonsense like that. I haven't experienced anything like that yet. We had have a couple of trespassers a few years ago, and they were on snowmobiles. Since then, I've put up signs all across our property, and we haven't had a problem since. We've had two people, two vehicles show up. Fozzie, 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 don't do that. Fozzie is face to face with sushi. Anyways, what was I saying? I do need a lint roller. I have one. Oh, I did have one. I don't know where it is now. Anyways, what was I saying? No, you can't shoot trespassers in Canada. In Canada, we don't have castle law. If somebody was to break into your property and you hurt them, you're going to get charged. That's a big issue, a big political issue here in Canada right now, because there's been a couple of cases of people breaking into somebody's home, and then they got seriously injured with a knife or something like that, and then the person who owns the home gets charged with assault. It's just insanity. Some of the stuff that goes on in the world is insanity. And I really do not talk politics on my channel. I really don't. I keep it out because it's nobody's business who I vote for. Who's that down there? Is that Sushi? So I think like there has been 2 times where I'm here at the farm. One of them was last year, and I'm here at the farm. I'm working. I got my John Deere out. And where was I? I was in the pig barn. Tango, you okay? Tango? I was in the pig barn, and this car pulls up. So, meaning to say, at the front of our driveway, it says no trespassing private property. Somebody, searched the Hidden Spring Farm, and they're searching, they got the address, and they came to the farm. Like as if they think they can do that. So it's like, I don't know, I'm not gonna take out guns and start shooting the people, but I did give them some serious grief. I was yelling at them like, who the hell do they think they are? And they gave me some story about the city was trying to get them to get rid of their chickens. They were from Brampton in Ontario here, and they were looking for a place to take their chickens. And of course, I never heard anything back from them after that. So the whole thing was BS to me. But there's stories like that in the YouTube world of creators getting stalked. There was a creator. What was it? I think it was called Demolition Ranch, and his kids were getting stalked at their school. Like once people can just figure stuff out, so he took his kids off of his channel. He's just innocently having his kids in the video for some reason. But I don't know, it's just, you have to fully be aware that this is a reality when you somehow go public on YouTube like that. You had a homeless guy squatting in your shed. Yeah, you never know. And I mean, I'm like a nice guy, like I'm not crazy, I'm not abusive. It's just sometimes you gotta tell people off. They don't, well, I don't know why somebody would show up at my farm. So Olive was running around the car, you know what I mean? And we had just lost Molly the previous year. And I'm like, Olive is loose on the farm, and I got some car showing up at the farm. That's not cool. Yeah, I don't want to talk politics because politics nowadays is, to me, division. It's all about division. Now, when I grew up and my parents were voting and they were teaching me when I'm coming of age, they're like, okay, well, this is what you do. And they took me to the voting the first time it was time to vote so I could experience it and stuff like that. They taught me, it's like a private thing. You don't make it public who you vote for. And I guess it was just a different time back then. Now it's like if you make it known who you vote for, you become an enemy. And I'm talking about both sides, right? Conservative and liberals, you become an enemy. And it doesn't need to be like that. People can have their own viewpoints. It doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't mean I'm right. It's just a different viewpoint. And I think it's a real shame that society is coming to this kind of butting heads of everything. It's like there are a lot of people in the United States that don't like Donald Trump. And just for the fact that somebody might give a congratulation for Trump for doing something good, it's like it becomes a negative thing because that person doesn't like Trump. Like, that's just an example. We have our own problems up here in Canada. We had a liberal government freezing people's bank accounts. Can you imagine? Freezing people's bank accounts. Now, whether you're a conservative person or a liberal person, how could any side think it's right to freeze the bank accounts of your own citizens, even if they're protesting? To me, that's just insanity. I mean, we just had a school shooting up here, and it was 25 kids injured, 9 kids, or I guess 9 people. One of them was a teacher. One of them was the guy's mom, and one young 11-year-old was the guy's stepbrother. And he's got some problems in his life, and he was like a trans person. And then the police on the TV, the RCMP, Canadian police, are referring to him as a female. And then so people are like upset about it. And then so the media is questioning, why are you referring to it as a female? You should be saying what the truth is. And then it just creates this huge problem. So even the police are really scared to say the wrong thing. So the RCMP guy actually said, what did he say? He said, the shooter's preferred pronouns were female, she and her. So we're just respecting that. And I'm thinking, you're respecting the murderer who just murdered 10 people? And you want to respect their pronouns? So I don't care if you're a conservative or if you're a liberal. I think that's insane. I'm just thinking, that's just how can society come to this kind of conclusion that you're respecting the pronouns of the murderer who just murdered 10 people or 9 people plus himself and injured 25 people? I think that's just insane. If you go around shooting people and killing people, you don't have any more rights as far as I'm concerned. You've given up your rights. So it's stuff like that just, it throws me for a loop. I can't believe that society is even having a debate about this. The guy is a murderer. It's not a gun problem. A lot of people say it's a gun problem. It's not a gun problem. It's a mental health problem. The police have been to the guy's house 2 or 3 prior times, and they didn't do anything. They didn't take him away to the loony asylum. He should have been institutionalized because he had mental health problem, meaning mental health problem is like, he's going crazy or something like that. They should have taken him away and locked him up in a hospital, and then this shooting would have never happened. And if it wasn't guns, he would have figured out another way to snap. He would have driven over them with a car, or, went on a rampage with a baseball bat or something like that. So I don't know. So that's just a stupid little example as to why you can't talk about this stuff, because lots of people are going to be mad at you for saying that stuff. I don't think anybody needs to be mad or not mad or proud. I think it's just murder is murder. It blows me away that can happen in my country of Canada. Things like that hardly ever happened when I was a kid, you know? But it happens all the time now, and it's happening more and more and more, and it's scary, really. Maggie! Maggie came over. Oh, she just ran away. Dexter! Everybody wants to see Dexter, but he's not around. Don't know where he is. Yeah, so being an online persona, like you're on YouTube. So first of all, I pride myself in thinking that my peace of mind on the farm and me making videos and stuff like that, maybe people can live vicariously through me. You know what I mean? You can, people can find peace of mind watching the farm as well. The minute you start talking politics, or another one is religion, right? Keep religion and politics out of the channel. I mean, unless that's what your channel's about. There's a whole lot of channels that are just about that. But my channel is all about small farm life. It's not about politics, and it's not about religion. So I don't talk about those two things. Nobody needs to know what my viewpoints are, because people will just get pissed and they'll develop their own assumptions about me based on that. So I just don't talk about that stuff, if you notice. Cats, they don't care if you're conservative. They don't care if you're a liberal. They love you no matter what. Same with dogs, right? What was that just came in? Wait, I lost it. Wow, Heather. Heather, that's very generous, Heather. Come on now. That is extremely generous. Oh, there was somebody else too. I missed it. Darn it. Look at me. I don't even know what I'm doing. Anyways, Heather, that's crazy. That's a lot. Thank you. I know you're appreciating the channel. I know, but all I can do is appreciate you back. Somebody, maybe that was Annie Brown. Following the chat on a phone is so difficult. Anyway, you guys are looking at my thumb scrolling up the chat right now. Oh, there, Annie Brown. See, I knew it was. Oh, thanks, Annie. Thanks, Heather. You guys just pumped it up today. Thank you. Oh, what? I just hug you. I'm just hugging you. Don't kill me. He's getting so mad at me. Okay. Okay. Can you guys hear him purring? Like, we're kind of right in front of the camera now. Can you hear him purring? Because he's pretty loud when he purrs. He's a really loud purring cat. He might have arthritis. I mean, I suppose everybody, when they get old, they probably get arthritis, right? YouTube doesn't take 50%. They do take a percentage, but it's not 50%. YouTube is a business. We wouldn't even have the app if it wasn't for YouTube. I know everybody hates the ads as well. Ads are a pain in the butt. Let's face it, nobody likes ads. But we wouldn't make any money at all if we didn't have ads. You know, my wife and I were watching a TV show the other day. It was on the Home Channel, and that used to be called HGTV here in Canada, but now they changed it to the Home Channel, and somebody was renovating an old house, and we were watching it. I felt like there was a set of commercials every 3 minutes. And I'm like, that's nuts. There's too much. I don't think they take 50%, Don. I think they take like 30%. I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. Don't forget, YouTube is owned by Google. I mean, they make billions and billions of dollars. God forbid they share it with their creators. That's why I kind of don't focus on TikTok. How many of you viewers right now in the chat, there's 258 people, how many of you are on TikTok? Because I like TikTok. Izzy, I don't think even with PayPal, you don't get 100%. There's fees. Those are all businesses. They're all going to make money. Patreon takes 5%. I don't know. I don't know how all those things work. What was I saying? Oh yeah, how many of you guys are on TikTok? Oh, Cheryl says, I watch TikTok only. Facebook only. Okay, so, I mean, some of you guys are on TikTok. So, I started a TikTok account, I don't know, I guess it's 2 years ago now. And I did a bunch of videos. I basically copied all my YouTube shorts and I put them into the TikTok account. And I think it was maybe 5 months, 3 months to 5 months. I was over 200,000 followers. 200,000 followers. Oh, Izzy says you do, if it's a gift, you get 100%. That's good. That's actually good. Anyways, it's, yeah, so on TikTok, I gained, I think right now I'm up to 250,000 followers. The problem with TikTok is that TikTok doesn't pay Canadian creators at all. Heather, what are you doing? Thank you, Heather. You're the best. Last one. I love you all. No, I don't dance on TikTok. I just was making cat videos, farm videos, dog videos. My videos, to me, they're very good. They're very nice. But anyways, TikTok doesn't pay the Canadian creators. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm anticipating the day that TikTok will start paying their creators. So they're not. Up until now, it's like a couple years later, they're not. So, I mean, you go viral. I think I have one TikTok video. It has like almost 10 million views. So I should have made like several $1,000s off of 10 million views. But guess what? They don't pay Canadian creators. So I kind of fell off on TikTok. I haven't made a TikTok in my account for months and months and months. So, I mean, it is what it is. What, Fuzzy? I'm not even touching you. I'm not even touching you. What are you doing? You overstimulated, buddy. Look, your claws are stuck in my sweater. Look, you're stuck. So I don't do TikTok really anymore. I don't focus on it. I enjoy TikTok, I can tell you that. I'm not the kind of guy that'll just sit there and scroll TikTok, but I enjoy making the TikToks and I like the way they interact with people. The one thing that I like on TikTok is if you put a TikTok and then somebody puts a comment in the TikTok, I can reply to that person's comment with a video. I really like that. That would be cool to do in YouTube. I guess YouTube doesn't want to, copy TikTok. But YouTube, you can't do that. I can reply to your guys' comments, and that's it. I can't make a video reply. Oh yeah, Izzy, there used to be video replies. Well, they don't have it anymore, for what I know, right? Do you ever hunt any of the deer or turkeys on your property? No, I don't own any guns. I'm not a hunter. I grew up in the city. So let me tell you the quick story about the guns. Now, I do want to get guns because there have been a few times where there's like a situation where there's like a coyote, and I'm like, what do I do? I don't really want Olive to fight a coyote. It's if she barks, it's okay, but I don't want Olive to fight a coyote. That's not good. So I tried to book my name on the list for there's what's called? It's called a PAL here in Canada. And that's like your acquisition license so that you can get a license to get a gun. And then I guess it's like a 2-day course. Anyways, this is at the pandemic time. So they weren't taking any more what do you call it? Any more bookings. And they had shut it down. There's only 2 places to do that course up here where we are. And it just fell off. I called them back in a couple months. They said, no, we're still backlogged. We're not taking anymore. And then now we're like a couple years later and I've dropped it. So I will do it. And I mean, I'll let you guys know too, because it's all part of farm life. And I mean, I think it's important to always have that available to you. Maggie. That was Maggie. But yeah, I wouldn't say when I say I'm not a hunter, I just mean that I've never been exposed to it. I am a believer though that there is a need for hunting. Like there is a possibility that you can have too much of one thing. Like you don't want to have too much deer or too much coyote because it's going to ruin the balance. But I have this vision on my own property of, getting my gun license. I don't think I'm the kind of guy that's going to have 20 guns. Now, I won't have like an arsenal, but I can see us probably having maybe 1 or 2 shotguns and 1 or 2 rifles. And that would probably be enough for anything that I would need to hunt. So that being said, that day will come and I'm thinking I'll set up like a shooting range on the property. Just, minimally, not as a business or anything like that, like just my own personal little targeting thing that I could have like a bench set up and I can really start to practice. It's not a problem, but I am the kind of guy, I'm the kind of person that wants to get good at anything that I do. So I don't know, I feel like if I was to get some rifles, I really would want to become a good shot. Hello, Kathy McGee. Yeah, somebody said something about horns. I don't know if horns can work. I suppose. Somebody said something about pellet guns. Here in Ontario, I think you also have to have a gun license in order to get a high-powered pellet gun. Get a nice shotgun with night vision. If I could use, if you see here in Canada, you're not allowed suppressors. So I think it would be cool for me to do a stakeout one night and just set up some bait outside and have all the rats coming to, you know what I mean? They can come to the feed and then because the gun has a suppressor, you could just start picking off the rats. But we can't have suppressors here. Oh, hi, Leona, how are ya? Hands are getting cold. I don't have hair like the cats. The cats all have hair. How long have we been on? We've been on for 95 minutes. Why does it give you 95 minutes? Why doesn't it just go for an hour and then minutes? How long is 95 minutes? 120 minutes is 2 hours. Izzy says all my clothes have white hair on them. That's because of this. But this is my farm sweater. This isn't one of my good sweaters because I have it down in my workshop, and I said, okay, I'm going to put my ugly farm sweater on because I know that Fozzie is going to be all over me. And I was right. 1.5 hours, Lalia says, yeah. Kathy says, I'm glad I didn't miss it. Well, we've been on now for 1.5 hours, Kathy. So there's still a little bit of time left, but I won't be on here much longer. I'm getting cold too. Don't forget, this is the cat barn. There's no heat in here. It's just, it might be a couple of degrees warmer in here than it is outside because there's no wind. But yeah. Don says, that's not very long. That's long, Don. What do you mean? That's 1.5 hours. I got to get myself all dolled up for Valentine's dinner. Kathy says, I have a broken pipe under the house. That's not good, Kathy. Made you look. Do you have any hobbies, Chad? Oh, man, the farm has been my hobby, really. It's been 5 years building the farm, building the YouTube channel. So that's really been my endeavors, you know, things like cutting wood and doing the sawmill. Those have become my hobbies. Let me see. Mystic Gypsy, really enjoyed chatting with you. It is a great community, eh, Mystic Gypsy? It's amazing. I like to see everybody chatting with each other too. And doing the live streams is something that I've started just at the holidays at Christmas. And it's, you know, cheers. And I lied. This is the last one. Are you sure, Heather? You promise? I really appreciate you, Heather. You're the best. You're the winner today. You won that round. That's for sure. Oh, somebody says like dancing or painting or photography. Well, I mean, I was right into photography for a time, but I've just kind of not been able to do any of that stuff because, I mean, I'm just telling you frankly, and I try to be as transparent as I can with stuff. When you start a YouTube channel and you really want to push to be a success, it takes over your life. And I don't mean that in like a bad way. I just mean it takes over your life. There's no time for me to walk around the property trying to take some cool photographs, even though I would like to, because I've been building the farm. I've been making videos, and sometimes I got to make sure I save time for editing. And it's just, I don't know, the hobbies become the farm, you know? If you're talking about what do I like to do off the farm, my number one most favorite thing to do is to watch movies. I am a movie guy, and I still have all my DVD collection. I haven't given it up yet, even though a lot of people have graduated to streaming. I have like a big, huge bookshelf. I think I have maybe 1,100, maybe 1,200 DVD movies, Blu-ray movies, and I love them. I love movies. That's like my escape. When I sit down and I watch a movie, that's my escape. I like action adventure movies. I like science fiction movies. I like comedy movies. I like all sorts of movies except horror movies. Of all my 1,000 DVDs that I own, not one of them is a horror movie. I don't like horror movies. And that's just me. What's your favorite movie? That's a hard question to answer. Your favorite movie. Of all the movies that have come out, your favorite movie. I mean, if I was to really narrow it down, I think maybe the first Indiana Jones movie would be my favorite, The Raiders of the Lost Ark. But I liked the whole series of Indiana Jones. When I was young, I used to love the Star Wars. You know, I like a bunch of comedies. I used to really like Dumb and Dumber. I've watched Dumb and Dumber like maybe 50 times. That was so funny. Any of those Farrelly Brothers movies, you know, like There's Something About Mary. Remember, There's Something About Mary. That's like a classic. There's another one that's funny is Along Came Polly with Jennifer Aniston and Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller's made some bangers. Yeah, Tropic Thunder's a banger. You'll shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out. That's from the Red Ryder BB gun in the Christmas Story. Do you like TV shows? Yeah, I like TV shows. I like movies and TV. And snacks. I like snacks when I'm watching TV. Ace Ventura, that was a classic. Can you imagine? Jim Carrey was just starting to be a movie actor. He was on a TV show called In Living Color, and he was just starting to be an actor. It's 1994, and he made Ace Ventura, he made The Mask, and he made Dumb and Dumber all in the same year, 1994. Can you imagine? Like, I don't think any actor has had a bigger year than 3 banger movies in 1 year. Actors, I feel like actors and actresses now, they put out a movie every 2 years. Yeah, I've seen that, What They Do in the Shadows. I didn't care for it. That was Watiti. I love Westerns. I love Westerns too. I like some of the old Westerns and I like some of the new Westerns. I like the Yellowstone TV series. That's cool. Even some of the spin-offs that they make, they're really cool. It's kind of like a bit of a ranch life, bit of farm life. There's crime, there's detective stuff. Little House on the Prairie and Dr. Quinn. Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. That was Jane Seymour back in the day. I first watched Jane Seymour in Live and Let Die, the James Bond movie. Live and Let Die. Chad, try watching darts. Darts is massive here in the UK. I have a dartboard in my basement. I have a whole set of the darts. Like I play darts. I don't know anything about darts, and I just said, I think I want to have a dartboard. Try some darts. Some of those guys are incredible. I don't know how they can shoot the bullseye just like it's nothing. Judge Judy. Yeah, Judge Judy is so funny though, just the way she just blasts people for stuff, you know? I really enjoy getting to know you, Chad. Thanks for the live stream. Well, thanks for being here. I love Rod Stewart. That's my era. I love Rod Stewart too, if you're talking about music. I mean, I'm into all of those kind of classic rock type things, you know? And I like a lot of the stuff in the 80s and the 90s as well. Because that Rolling Stones, the Beatles, Aerosmith, Rod Stewart, Bryan Adams, all those guys. It's amazing music. I own all their CDs still. I love music too. Sadly, I can't play music whenever I make videos, but I'm the kind of guy that I always have speakers going whenever I'm building something, you know? If I'm building something, I got the music playing. But if I'm building something and filming something, I gotta shut that music off because YouTube won't allow you to monetize your video. Vince Thomas says, how do you stop the geese and ducks from flying away? I have a video on that, Vince. It's called Why Are Ducks and Geese Never Fly Away? Look it up. You can watch it. It's a great little video. But the short answer is that they can't fly. They're too plump. Oh, Cindy Leonard says, I just sent 20. I must have missed that. How do I get it now? Oh, I see it. Okay. Oh, now how do I go back? Oh, thank you, Cindy. I'll get them some treats. This is their treat cupboard right here. Yeah, I got these Temptations in here. I got Don's toy in here. Don sent us this toy, and there's a ball that moves around inside, but I just don't leave it out because I think the cats will destroy it, so I put it in here. As soon as I took this out, Sushi came out. Yes, sing, Chad, like you're talking to Meatloaf. I sing in a couple videos. Sushi. Here. I started singing, and like I said earlier, I like to become good at anything that I do. So I started singing. I think I talk about this in a video. I've already filmed it. I just haven't edited it yet. I started singing during my first trip to the Philippines. I think the year was 1999. And we had been married for a few years already. And my wife obviously wants to bring me home to meet all her family. And karaoke is super popular in the Philippines. And the family has, like, you know, everybody there in the Philippines has a karaoke machine. So basically, it's like they're egging me on. They're pressuring me, you know. It's like, Chad. Oh, thanks, Sharon, for the claw crew. Look at Tango. She just jumped up because she wants treats. Here. Here, Sushi. And Chunk, he's over here. Here you go, Chunk. Oh, there's Dexter. Dexter, come here. Come here, buddy. He was in the heated tent. Look at him. He's actually warm. He can warm up my hands. He's so cool, Dexter. Look at him. He's winking with one eye. So everybody who wanted to say hi to my man Dexter, he's right here. He was probably snoring. What's wrong with your eye, buddy? You okay? Maybe he's just got some sleeps in his eye because he just woke up. So he was in that tent. He was either ignoring me or he was sleeping and he didn't hear me. But I think it was this that got his attention. So he's like, oh, maybe I better get up. I heard the treat container. Here, Dexter. Here. Here. So anyways, back to what I was saying. So my wife's family is pressuring me. They're like, Chad. You know, they got the music playing and everybody's trying to get me to sing. And I didn't know how to sing. I've never sung before, you know, like I like music. There's certain singers that I like, but I didn't know anything about how to sing. So after that trip, so I sang a couple times and I figured out that I have to sing within my own personal vocal range because, you know, like not everybody can hit the high notes. So you can't choose a song in the karaoke machine that is out of your ability. So I think the very first song that I sung was Desperado by the Eagles. Everybody knows the Eagles. They're one of my favorite bands. And they have a song called Desperado. And it's like in my wheelhouse, you know, it's in my vocal range. Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? You've been out riding fences for so long now. Oh, you're a hard one. And I know that you've got your reasons. And these things that are pleasing you can hurt you somehow. That's all I got for you. It sounds better with music, I'm sure, but you need lots of this. Let me tell you something about singing. If you don't sing for a while and then you try to sing, it wrecks your throat. So that's an example of a song that is in my wheelhouse, right? It's like, I can do it. Is that vodka? Look, this is not vodka, Heather. This is water from the property. That's it, I promise. Well, you won't even be able to see it because it's clear like vodka. It could be vodka. Vodka could warm me up right now, that's for sure. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, so I like whenever, you know, I've visited the Philippines lots of time, and so I've slowly developed skills in a few songs that they're like my go-to songs. Olive! I hear Olive growling at something. Olive, what are you doing? I think she's playing with Mango on the other side of the cage. Oh, what was I saying? I forgot. Yeah, so I thought it would be best if I'm ever in a situation in the Philippines visiting any of Remy's family that I have one or two or three or four songs that you're capable of doing it reasonably. Now, Filipinos in general have developed this skill of not caring what they sound like. When you go to the Philippines and you hear the neighbor over there and they're singing their karaoke, it's bad. Not all of them can sing. It's bad. I'm listening to it and I'm like, if I sounded like that, I would not sing because I'm the kind of guy I don't want to make like a fool out of myself. Like in that kind of a way. Because some of them are really, really bad, but they enjoy singing and they're doing it. They're having fun with their family, stuff like that. So they do it. There's a few Bon Jovi songs that are really nice, and I've somewhat do okay with the song he has called Bed of Roses. That's reasonably well. I can sing Hotel California. I don't know. There's a whole list of songs that I can sing. There's a band called Audio Slave with Chris Cornell. He passed away already, Chris Cornell, but he's like a rock singer, and he practically had a 4 or a 5 octave voice, Chris Cornell. And he has a song called Like a Stone. Like a stone. And I really like that song, and I like singing it. It's nice. But that's one of those songs that'll just wreck your throat if you're not kind of practice in singing for a few times. Desperado is one of those songs that just kind of flows off of your voice. And I do have a pretty reasonable vocal range. Like I can speak, I can speak kind of in a lower tone if I was to choose, because it's my voice is capable of doing that. But I can also talk and I can also shout Dexter, and I could have that higher pitched sound, and I think that kind of range is it works for me. It helps me to be a singer. But the funny thing is that I actually enjoy singing when I do it, but singing is one of those things that you got to get up enough courage in order to do it in front of people. It's fine to do it in your shower or in your car or something, but when you got my wife's whole family sitting there, Chad, 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 and they're like really egging me on to sing, it's like, you got to figure it out. Another song I like by the Eagles is Take It Easy. You know that song, Take It Easy? How does it go? Well, I was running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. 4 that wanna own me, 2 that wanna stone me. 1, she's a friend of mine. So take it easy. Take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Lighten up while you still can. Don't even try to understand. Hopefully I don't make a fool of myself. Fleetwood Mac? I can't sing Stevie Nicks. She's got too much of a powerful voice. Anyway, singing becomes fun. We have a karaoke machine at home too, and it's just like a book type thing. It's just like you look up in the book, and then each song has like a code, and then in the machine you just type in the code, and then that song comes up on your TV. Oh, Milky Way Cupcakes saw 20 years ago the Eagles. The Eagles are great. I love the Eagles. I have, all their music. Just think about it. It's been 5 years on the farm. I haven't really spent time singing, so if you're one of those people that think, oh, Chad has a reasonable, decent voice, it's not bad. If I was to sing many days in a row and then you give yourself some rest and then you sing many days and you give yourself some rest in between, after like several weeks of doing that, your voice becomes so much clearer and so much powerful. Standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona, such a fine sight to see. You could release a single on Spotify at the Hidden Spring Farm live. Tragically Hip has some good songs, but I can tell you, Gord Downie, I can't hit his pitch. I can't hit his sounds because his voice is so cool. Sometimes when I sing songs too, I make up my own words because you don't know the words, you know? It's like, I don't know. It's just there could be just one word that you're mixing up. Desperado from Seinfeld. Yeah, I remember that. I've watched all the Seinfeld series back in the day. And then Elaine wanted to have her own song, so she tried Witchy Woman, but it didn't work. It was funny. Guns N' Roses has a couple of nice songs I like to sing too. Guns N' Roses, you think of Guns N' Roses as like a metal band, but they're not really. They have a song called Patience, and it's nice. I'd like singing that on karaoke too, but I just don't know the words too much. I tried to sing Sweet Child O' Mine because that's an amazing song, but I just can't do it. Mr. Brownstone, that's another one, yeah. So, Axl Rose, he has one of those 5 octave voices too, and you can't hit. I can't, I can't hit that kind of sound. You gotta stick within your own wheelhouse. But I was practicing singing Bed of Roses by John Bon Jovi. That's a hard song to sing because Bon Jovi, he's got that upper voice too. But it's all fun and games here at the farm. Develop skills to pay the bills. That's how we do it here at the farm. Meatloaf. Meatloaf, he's one of those famous singers that doesn't really have a lot of famous songs. When I start thinking about Meatloaf, I can think of like Paradise by a Dashboard Light. I can think of I Would Do Anything for Love, which is kind of a newer song of his, Meatloaf. Yeah. But I can't really think of any other songs by Meatloaf. How long have we been on now? 122. What does that mean? Fuzzy, get off, buddy. 122. That means we've been on for 2 hours? How much longer do you guys want to be on? Can you sing Phantom of the Opera? No, I don't know any of the Phantom of the Opera. I was never into that. There's a fellow, a singer. I'm trying to think of his name. He just passed away. He was the singer of Three Doors Down. Three Doors Down. For anybody who's aware, their lead singer just died. He was sick, and he just passed away. I like singing. They have a song. I'm here without you, baby. And you're still on my lonely mind. Still without you, baby. You must have heard this song. So I like singing that song too. And it's, sometimes sad that a lot of these people end up dying young. Goo Goo Dolls, they're another great band, but my favorite song of Goo Goo Dolls is Iris. But I can't do it. You know what I mean? Because it's just, and I just can't hit that note the way my voice is. James Vanderbeek just died, yeah. Rock and roll does that. I guess it does, right? Like Chris Cornell on the Audio Slave. He had done other stuff. What was he in? Chris Cornell before Audio Slave. What was the band called? Shoot, they sang Black Hole Sun, won't you come? Da, 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 da. Oh, geez, I can't think of the band name now. That's Chris Cornell. Soundgarden. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, Soundgarden. Do you listen to Gillian Welch? No, I don't even know who Gillian Welch is. She a singer? Gillian Welch, no. Yeah. Oh, here's Sushi. Sushi. Sushi just wanted to make an appearance. Okay. Oh, a really good country singer, eh? That's one of the good thing that I like about the Eagles, because the Eagles music, it's kind of like maybe a bit of country, but it's a bit of rock as well. It's like a really good mix. I could probably sing a few, verses of a whole lot of different songs. I don't think that I have memorized any songs from start to finish in my head. Like when you're doing karaoke, you have the words on the TV, so all you have to know is the melody. You know what I mean? But singing a song from start to finish just off by heart, I don't think I know any. Like Leonard Skinner? Yeah, who doesn't like Leonard Skinner? Sweet Home Alabama. Oh, you know what I like from Leonard Skinner? I guess it's Leonard Skinner. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a song called Simple Man. I think it's Leonard Skinner. It's a great song. Anyway, I love that song. Yeah. There's Sushi. She's sitting by the treats. Right? Because there's the treat bottle right there. She already had enough though. She don't need more. Anyway, what do you think, people? We've been on now for 2 hours and 6 minutes. You think we call it a day? What time is it? Anybody have the time in Eastern time? My phone doesn't tell you the time when you're using your phone. Oh, Kim Mitchell. Yeah, he's patio lanterns. Kim Mitchell. Oh, yeah. Our house has the biggest patio. Our house has all the summer shade. Patio lanterns. That's a great song too. That patio lanterns is one of those songs that fits fine within my vocal range. I could do it. I actually have a pretty powerful voice because I'm a big body with a loud voice, Dexter! So it's like I'm really, really loud. There's a lot of air coming out of my lungs when I'm singing karaoke in the Philippines. The whole neighborhood hears me. And I think they know that there's a white guy singing because there's no Filipino accent the way they sing, right? If there's a white guy singing, he's singing like Canadian English or American English. In the Philippines, they all speak English, but there's like a slight Filipino accent, right? My husband always said the singing competition contestants were too pitchy. Oh, I missed that. We're too pitchy. So I signed them up, try out. America's Got Talent. They let us know. Oh, yeah. 4 p.m., Don? I got to go. Guys, we got to shut it down. It's 4 p.m. Oh, there's my darling texting me. It just popped up. She says, when you coming home? Maybe I missed some of your guys' questions in the chat. I will see you guys again, probably later on towards the end of the month. We'll do a live chat from my office where I'm a bit more comfortable. In any case, I'll try to answer any questions you have in that, but it's already 4 p.m. and I got to get going for my Valentine's date. She's already ready to go. She just texted me saying, okay, I'm ready. Are you coming home anytime soon? So hopefully all you guys have a hot date tonight as well. Sushi over here says goodbye. Where's Fozzie? Oh, Fozzie's down here. And then let me put this down. Probably you guys are getting a choppy video because I'm picking up the thing. Why am I picking it up? Anyways, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you guys and all those people that made some donations and tips today. I can't thank you enough. And we'll continue to work hard putting out great content. We have a new episode coming out on Monday, and it's a really good one too on the farm in the cold, of course. We're still dealing with all this cold. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Valentine's Day, and we'll see you in the comment section of Monday's video, okay? You guys take care and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Let me figure out how to shut this down. Are you sure you want to stop screaming? Yes.